What's up, man? I want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Clippers. My thoughts on the game last night. It was an entertaining game. First of all, both teams played kind of shaky. They had a lot of turnovers. You can expect that from a first live game back. Even though these teams had some scrimmages before the season started, the season restarted. My take from it is the Clippers have to get healthy. They didn't have Marcellus Harold. They didn't have Lou Williams, and it kind of messed with the rotation. Patrick Beverly was out for a little while. He came back. He played yesterday. He played more minutes than I thought he was going to play. Landry Shaman played yesterday. He was rusty. He didn't really play in any of the scrimmage games, and Patrick Beverly didn't play in any of the scrimmage games. The Lakers, they didn't have Avery Bradley, and they didn't have Rondo. Rondo, broke his thumb, and Avery Bradley, because his son has an illness, he elected to skip the restart. But all things considering, this is what I want to talk about, man. I want to talk about this, man. Reggie Jackson, man. Reggie Jackson lost the game for the LA Clippers. Just lost the game, man. I don't know what he was doing. He was jacking up shots. Yes, he did start at point. That's why Lou Williams and Patrick Beverly got to get right, because it lessens Reggie Jackson minutes. Reggie Jackson is good in spurts. Small dosage here and there, second quarter, third quarter, a little bit of the first. But if he play a lot, he start playing for himself. He goes away from the offense. He does a lot of one-on-one. He took about 5 or 6 ill-advised shots, man. And that's crucial when you playing, a team that's just as good as you, or that can play. The Lakers got some good players over there. Dwight Howard, LeBron James, AD, JaVale McGee be balling. Kyle Kuzma, he does his thing. But yeah, Reggie Jackson, you got to have him in small doses, man. Doc Rivers, if he got to start the next game, because I believe Lou Williams may not even be ready for the next game. Patrick Beverly still not all the way there. Landry Shaman is still not all the way there. He has to have a talk with Reggie Jackson. Man, run the offense, man. Run the offense. Then, if the shot clock is running down, you got your man, you can ISO, good. But you cannot be ISOing 18 seconds into the shot clock. You just can't do that, man. Landry, like I said, Landry Shaman, he was off. He was rushing shots. I thought he rushed some shots instead of, playing with the flow. Patrick Beverly played with the flow of the game. He didn't try to rush anything. He didn't try to go out and do too much. He did just what he was supposed to do. Then when he got in rhythm, he shot his 3-point shots. I believe he hit a couple. Paul George was tremendous. AD was tremendous. Kawhi Leonard struggled in the first half, and then he was tremendous in the third. But LeBron James was not having a good game. This is the sign of age. I know everybody say, well, LeBron James in his 17th season, he don't look like he have any drop off. When you're an athlete, you can see when a guy is having a drop off, because LeBron James plays in little bursts now. He doesn't have the energy to play, most of the game anymore. I think he played like 35 minutes yesterday, 32, 35 minutes. He only had short bursts for 15 of those minutes. You can tell that he is aging, but because he knows how to play the game with his brain, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people is not gonna catch it. A lot of people gonna just look at it and say he had a bad game. No, he plays the game in short bursts now. I do have to give him credit. He did play some good defense on Kawhi Leonard in spots. He played some good defense on Paul George in spots, especially that last sequence when he came down. We got to give him credit for getting the putback. I know people. I'm not a LeBron James extreme person is gonna get on LeBron James for everything. When he does things good, you have to get a man credit, man. Otherwise, you just look stupid out here. The man got the putback. Then he came down. He played good defense on Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard passed the ball to Paul George. Now he did put his elbow on Paul George, and Paul George went up for the shot. That's basketball, though, man. I just chalk that up as being basketball. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. But overall, it was an entertaining game. But what I did see is the Clippers turned the ball over like 20 something times, man. They turned the ball over 20 something times and they only still lost by 2. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the Clippers is still a better team. The Clippers still have the deeper roster. The Clippers just have to take care of the basketball. They have to take care of the basketball. You have to do this, and you have to do that, especially when you start getting the playoffs. What I seen from the Lakers is, my critique of the Lakers is they got J.R. Smith, knucklehead. Now the Clippers do have their knuckleheads. They do got Jackson. Reggie Jackson is a knucklehead. He take ill-advised shots. What's the name? Dion Waiters, I got to give him credit. He did play good yesterday, but he's a knucklehead. He's a guy that takes ill-advised shots a lot. We know J.R. Smith. And their problem is Kyle Kuzma, he doesn't look like he's part of the offense, like part of the flow. Like, they turning him into a catch-and-shoot player. I believe Kyle Kuzma can do a little bit more, bring a little bit more to the table. If they're going to only have Kyle Kuzma just regulate him just being a spot-up shooter, then they're not using him properly. You know what I'm saying? He should be posting up. He's 6'9", 6'10". You know what I'm saying? He should be taking the ball off the dribble. Some spots in the game. They should use him more than just being a spot-up shooter, because AD and LeBron James is not going to be enough for them to beat the Clippers in the playoffs. AD had a tremendous game. Tremendous game. He didn't play that well in the fourth quarter. He kind of, disappeared in the fourth quarter like he sometimes do. And he can't do that. LeBron James got away with playing a bad game. He had the putback, so it looks great because when, like I said, the stats don't mean nothing to me as long as you win. I'm not a big stat guy. You know what I'm saying? As long as you go out there and win, that's fine. The stats only mean something when you lose. You look at a guy like if LeBron James would have lost a game, people would have been looking at that, his game, the game that he played yesterday, and said, man, that's terrible. He had low stats, but he made the play. He made the offensive play. He made the defensive play. So that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, but LeBron James gonna have to play at a high level, man. I can see in the playoffs. I can see the Clippers having trouble in the playoffs, and I can see the Lakers having trouble in the playoffs. On the Clippers' end is too many turnovers, and some guys on the team has to know their role and stop taking ill-advised shots, like Reggie Jackson. On the Lakers' end is AD and LeBron James gonna have to play at a high level for them to get to where they want to be. If they have plans on winning the title, them two gonna have to play on a high level in the playoffs just about every night. So that's what I see, man. I don't think it's a done deal that these two teams gonna meet in the Western Conference Finals because of this bubble thing. You never know what's gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys sat at home for 3 or 4 months. They got off the couch. Yes, they had some scrimmage games, but you're gonna start getting some muscle pulls. You're gonna start getting sore tissue injuries because of these guys are high level athletes, man. These guys need time to form and to get into form. I think they're gonna have 8 regular season games. Then they're gonna go into the playoffs. It's gonna be some wild card team in here that's gonna possibly get an upset on one of these teams, just like the Eastern Conference. You know what I'm saying? Don't just look at the Bucks and say the Bucks will automatically make it to the finals. You got teams like Boston, Miami, and they said it well on the telecast yesterday. The defenses are going to be ahead of the offenses. So these teams that can play good defense are going to be, in good position. Like Miami play hellacious defense. They gonna yeah, the Bucks do play really good defense too. So I can see, you know, Miami possibly beating the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? And people will be shocked, but I won't be shocked because far as offense takes rhythm, offense takes time, defense just takes effort. But let me know what y'all think.